So sit back, relax, and let's do this. First thing is to pop a high-walled frying pan onto the hob, and you want to go in with a splash of olive oil. Then we need some pancetta. Throw a nice handful of pancetta into the olive oil, season the pancetta with a touch of sea salt and some black pepper. And then we want to render out the fat and get a nice bit of colour on the pancetta. So stir it through every now and again, and while we're cooking off the pancetta, we can prepare our garlic. And we want a few cloves. Spend a minute to remove the skins from the garlic, and then once you've got about 3 or 4 cloves, we want to dice that up nice and fine. Once you've diced up your garlic and the pancetta is starting to get a little bit crispy, chuck in a couple of teaspoons of your garlic, and we want to roast that off and get a nice bit of colour on there. Stir it through. This will take a few minutes for the garlic to get ever so slightly brown, and next we need some tomato paste. So go in with a couple of heaped teaspoons and be sure to roast off the tomato paste for a couple of minutes. Stir it through, fry that off, and then next, the star of the show, it's our vodka. So chuck in a nice generous splash of your vodka, and then make sure you burn off the alcohol and reduce that down till it's almost like a syrup. So after about a minute or two, once you've burned off the alcohol and reduced down your vodka, we want some tinned cherry tomatoes. Throw in your cherry tomatoes. You can use regular tomatoes, but cherry tomatoes have a really beautiful sweetness. Works really well for this dish. Once your tomatoes are in, give it a season with sea salt and black pepper. Stir them through, get the sauce up to a simmer, and then you want to mash up your cherry tomatoes. Spend a minute to mash it up, give it a really good stir through, and we just want to simmer away and reduce the sauce for about 15 or 20 minutes or so. We really want to concentrate those flavours. So very quickly guys, if you could just hit that subscribe button below, give the video a like for me, and if you want to donate, click the thanks button, and please consider becoming a member of the channel by clicking that join button below. And the next ingredient to go in is some beautiful fresh basil. So take your basil leaves and dice those up relatively fine. Chuck them into a bowl and then throw a couple of handfuls into your sauce. Stir through your basil, and next up we need some double cream. So go in with a little splash of your double cream. The amount you use is entirely up to you. Once your cream is in, give that a really good stir through, and your vodka sauce is ready. So take that off of the heat, and we're just going to cook our penne pasta. So pop a saucepan onto the hob, fill that with boiling water, add a nice generous pinch of sea salt, and then chuck in your dried penne pasta. Cook the pasta for 2 minutes less than it says on the packet. We want it beautifully al dente. We're going to finish the pasta off in the sauce, and when it's beautiful and al dente, pop that to the side and get yourself another saucepan. Chuck your penne into the saucepan, and then we want to go in with a couple of ladles of your vodka sauce. Give that a really good stir through, and we also want to go in with a little splash of pasta water. This will emulsify the sauce and bring it together beautifully, and add a great starchiness to the sauce, making it really rich and delicious. Give it a good stir through, add any more sauce that you need, and after a minute, get yourself a plate, pile your penne onto the plate, and you want to finish with a nice grating of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and a nice sprinkle of some fresh basil. And there we have a legendary Italian-American classic, the awesome penne alla vodka.